What's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel on this Monday, February 20th. Now, Saturday night, we had the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and I have to honestly say, in my opinion, this is one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in about a year. And, there was just so much I liked about this pay-per-view. A lot of people are bashing the Lashley and Brock Lesnar match, but quite honestly, it shouldn't have been on the card, but it served a purpose to the point where they will wrestle again at Mania. Let's face it, the show was pretty damn good. The women's chamber match, which to me, I thought was totally awesome. There was a lot of good stuff that went on throughout this match, and you wondered who was going to come out and end up winning to end up facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And to be quite honest with you, I only had a few in mind. I thought maybe Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, possibly Liv Morgan. I didn't think Nikki Cross really had a chance. I didn't think Natalya had a chance. And I honestly really didn't think Carmella had a chance. Even though when it came down to the last two, it was Carmella and Asuka. And I'm thinking to myself, please be Asuka that wins this match. Nothing personal against Carmella, but I think Asuka is colorful. Her personality is presented so well within the WWE, and I'm glad she ended up winning and having the rights to take on Bianca Belair. And I honestly think that Asuka ends up winning the women's title, the Raw women's title at Mania. So anyway, we had the Lashley and the Lesnar match, which I already talked about. And it is what it is. But Chamber, to me, it just did things in my eyes that I really enjoyed. You get to the men's chamber match, and you have Seth Rollins in that, Damian Priest. You have Bronson Reed. You have Montez Ford. You have Austin Theory. I believe there's one more. But anyway, it didn't matter, to be quite honest with you, because that chamber match was like totally awesome. And, I sort of forgot, because it was in the back of my mind, Logan Paul is probably going to face Seth Rollins at Mania. And because Logan just shows up at inopportune times, there's no way he is going to win or face Seth Rollins, I should say, if Rollins won the chamber for the U.S. title at Mania. So the only other thinkable person really to win would be Austin Theory. And when it was down to Theory and it was down to Rollins, and Logan Paul came in and just flipped over Rollins, and then Theory went to town, and finally gave him the A-Town down and ended up winning. I mean, it was perfect because Theory retains and it sets up Rollins and Logan Paul for WrestleMania. So I really got into that. And, quite honestly, it was just truly a fun match to watch. And I'm going to go right now to the main event. And I'm going to say this because they were in Montreal, um, we all were rooting for Sami Zayn. Let's face it, okay? We all were rooting for him, but in the back of our minds, we sort of knew Sami wasn't going to win. But in any event, the match started off like Roman was doing a lot of thinking. He kept moving around the ring, and Sami kept following in suit. And it took them a good 5-6 minutes before they really, grappled to go after each other. And I had no problem with that because this is Sami's time. His wife and kid were there because they were in Montreal. And Sami made his best showing probably ever. And it was Sami's night. And let's face it, you had to cheer for Sami Zayn. He did such a great, great job. And dang, you almost you didn't want to see him lose, you know? And when he was getting the best of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, or Jimmy Uso, I should say, came out, and then boom, things started to go the other direction. Sami was getting beat down by both Roman and Jimmy. And then Jey come into the ring after Jimmy got knocked out of the ring. And Sami was looking at Jey, but Roman had the chair. And Roman handed the chair to Jey Uso, wanting him to finish off Sami Zayn. Well, Jey didn't do that, but Jey ended up, after Reigns got out of the way, got a spear from Sami Zayn, and then boom, Roman continued the beatdown, and then you heard KO's music come out, and KO sort of like stunned everybody, and he just stared down Sami Zayn. He didn't really help him up or anything, but that is just leading in to their partnership to go to WrestleMania and probably end up tagging up and facing the Usos for the tag titles. I don't want to leave out Rhea and Finn against Edge and Beth, the Grit couple, because that was a good match. But I'm sort of hoping that this is all over with now. To me, it should be. It was a fun match to watch, don't get me wrong, but it should be over with now. Now, moving on to Mania, okay? Um, Cody's out for a number of months. He wins the Rumble, comes in at number 30, which was ridiculous, and will now face Roman Reigns. I think Cody has too much of an easy path to get to Roman. Now, if he didn't get injured and he continued to wrestle and beat people, I wouldn't have too much of a problem with it. But it seems to me he is handed the chance to face Roman, and everybody speculates that Cody's going to win. And I honestly think the WWE should change the script. I think because I can't see both Roman and the Usos losing their titles, within the 2-night event. I think the WWE should change their script, have Roman defeat Cody, and then somewhere down the road, Cody get a rematch, and then beat Roman Reigns. And I will say this. Over the last number of months, Roman Reigns has emerged in the ring as such a good trash-talking heel champion, and I wish it would have started earlier in his reign, but it took till like the last half a year for him to start doing that, really. And I'm loving this Roman Reigns look, his trash talking. He does a lot of dialogue while he's in a match. He never used to do that. And I hate to see this end at Mania for a man that comes in, gets injured, comes back, becomes number 30 in the Rumble, wins the Rumble, and take the title away. In my opinion, Roman should beat him at Mania. And I know a lot of people would disagree because they're tired of seeing Roman Reigns, but this is a different Roman Reigns in the ring in title matches. So you can agree, you can disagree, no big deal. But this is the Iceman's opinion here on the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel on this Monday. Peace out, everybody.